Welcome back, everybody. So before we get started in the next video in our series here, looking for red flags in financial advice content online, I feel I need to do a little more throat clearing here because I feel like I'm picking on life insurance and life insurance agents a lot. Now, I don't have any problem whatsoever with life insurance as a tool. It's a financial product that can be very useful in certain situations. The problem is that very often on social media, when there's agents on TikTok or Instagram or whatever trying to tell you why you need to put your money in permanent life insurance, it's being incorrectly prescribed. So you'll hear them talk a lot about why the wealthy people do this, do what the wealthy people do. And just because somebody who has money is doing something doesn't mean it is the best way for you to put your dollars to work in your given situation. You need to keep personal finance personal. There is really no such thing as a blanket recommendation across the board when it comes to doing proper financial planning. So let's go ahead and dive right into this. So today I've chosen this channel here, Illuminate Your Wealth on TikTok. I've picked out a few of her videos because there's a few things she goes into that I think are good things that help you learn better about how things actually work and how to try to pick out certain red flags when you're trying to find the good information and the bad information online. So let's see what she has to say.
Here's how to become one of the wealthiest families in America. First, set up a trust. Okay. Then buy a permanent life insurance policy. Make the trust the beneficiary so that your trust can become your family vault. Your trustees are the bank tellers that give out loans to your family when needed and charge interest until it's paid back. This will allow the family vault to support your family for generations to come without getting depleted. It's what the Rockefellers do. If it works for them, it can work for you.
Okay, so there's some stuff in there we won't really get into, but if you have a lot of money, making the trust the beneficiary sometimes you could be shooting yourself in the foot estate tax wise, but we won't get into that. Look, this kind of just goes at the main thing I already kind of said. Just because John D. Rockefeller did something doesn't mean you should copy his strategy. Not only was it a different time, I mean, did you found Standard Oil and build that from nothing into that insane corporation? It just doesn't really make sense for normal, everyday, middle class and working class people to be mimicking the strategy of John D. Rockefeller and his family. You're going to probably suffer a lot of opportunity cost if going after permanent life insurance is the first thing you're going to do when you're trying to build wealth. So it's just, don't listen to the people that say do what the rich people do. You need to do what makes sense for you in your particular situation. Okay, so next in the shoot here, looks like we got a video about how the 401k is a scam. So let's see her particular take on this part of the sales script.
He said it. I didn't. 401k is a scam. Government takes 40% or more from you. Let's dive into this.
Okay, well, at least she didn't say they take literally half with taxes, as a previous video that I reacted to claimed. But I'm going to bet when she gets into it, she kind of either glosses over or doesn't understand the difference between marginal tax rates and effective tax rates. So let's see.
Is he correct? Let's see. Let's pretend this is your 401k.
Interest.
This is your contributions and your interest earned. The entire account, if it's traditional, is all pre-tax money. Because it's pre-tax, which means tax deferred, that means taxed at retirement. When you start to take money out of your 401k, the entire amount you withdraw will be taxed.
Okay, so let's dive into a few things here. Yeah, that's correct. If you have not paid tax on the money that you put in to the 401k, you're going to pay income tax on the money that you take out. That's a common misconception sometimes that people have, is they think because it's in a normal investment account, it's taxed at the capital gains tax rate, that when it comes out of the 401k, well, it was an investment, it's capital gains. That's not how it works. It comes out as ordinary income tax. But a couple of little interesting things here. So she's only talking about the traditional 401k, but she's not mentioning anything about the Roth 401k, which is an option that many 401k plans have. Not all of them, but many. So if you have a 401k plan and you're wishing you had a Roth option, and you haven't really asked, it might be a good idea to ask your HR department or your employer if there is an option. And if not, maybe ask to see if they would add it. But one kind of concerning thing on here when she's discussing your gains, she's calling it interest. Now, I don't mean to be kind of putting thoughts in her head or trying to read her mind, but I think it's interesting to me that in her mind, when we're talking about the gains in a 401k, she's calling it interest, because that's the verbiage they use in the life insurance industry. It could be maybe some interest from if they had bond holdings. You're also going to have capital gains in there. You're also going to have dividends from your various investments inside your 401k. So it's not just interest.
But by how much? Based on 2022's tax brackets, average state tax for states that pay state tax could range anywhere from 5 to 10%. Average federal tax brackets could be anywhere from 22 to 32%, leaving a total of taxes owed anywhere from 27 to 42%.
Oh, no. That's not how it works. She's confusing top marginal tax rate, the tax bracket that you're in, with how much tax you're actually paying. Now, I don't know if she's intentionally misleading you or if she just doesn't actually understand how it works. But to me, she is trying to show the highest tax number to try to scare you to put money into probably her permanent life insurance policy, which is tax-free. It's tax-free also because you already paid tax on the money when you put it in. But this is just not how taxes work. If you're in, let's use her top number there. Let's say you're in the 42% total tax bracket. Doesn't mean you pay 42% on every single penny that you earn. And also, if you have $1 million in your 401k, you're only taxed on the annual distributions. So if you only take $40,000 out that year and you're married filing jointly, I mean, you're in the lowest tax bracket at that point. So I don't know if what she's doing is misleading or just if she's just ignorant in how it works, but that's not how taxes work.
On your withdrawal.
Well, looks like he's right.
No.
If you want to learn how to retire tax-free, just comment tax-free below, and don't forget to like and follow.
So just a gross oversimplification of how things work. I mean, it's difficult to explain how these very nuanced topics actually function in the real world in like less than 60 seconds. I get that. But if you're going to put kind of stuff that's wrong out there or misleading, I don't think you should put it out at all. But all right, let's take a look at one more video of hers here. Looks like scam alert. Let's see what she has to say here. So far, I feel like she's batting 0 for 2. Let's see if she goes 0 for 3, or maybe she gets on base.
Life insurance as a wealth building tool is a scam. Don't be fooled. If that's true, then why was this written?
Okay, life insurance is not a scam. As a wealth building tool is maybe the first thing that you're doing to build wealth. It's not a scam. It's just probably not very ideal. There are several other types of vehicles where if you're middle class or working class might be, and probably the likelihood is, more advantageous for you to be putting your money in before permanent cash value life insurance.
CNBC wrote, Wealth Manager, most Americans don't know about this one way the rich build wealth. See the sentence below. The most common one is something that most regular Americans don't know a thing about.
Okay, hang on. So, yeah, but it's saying, okay, it says literally where she's kind of getting cut out there. It says for high net worth individuals, like, yeah, it's pretty much saying the point I'm trying to make.
Investing in permanent life insurance policies. But wait, there's more. And if it's a scam, why did Forbes write this? The rich person's Roth, the most tax-free retirement income coming from cash value life insurance.
Again, it's saying the rich person's Roth. There's also backdoor Roths and stuff like that to get around the income limitations. Got it. But it's saying you need to basically have a decent amount of money in order for these policies to make the most sense. And if that's not you, you're probably not at the point where these types of things make the most sense for you.
But there's more. Life insurance for high net worth individuals. Wealthy individuals with a net worth of over 1 million can use life insurance as an income replacement, an investment vehicle, or protection against estate taxes. But there's more. 10 reasons the rich use life insurance to create wealth. And lastly, how about this one? How millionaires build wealth using life insurance.
Yeah, again, like in this video, she's talking about why it's useful for wealthy people. In other videos, she's talking about why everyone should do it or why the 401k is a scam. So let's go back to the 401k is a scam thing again and kind of try to tie all this together with a bow. In my opinion, the reason you see so many life insurance agents always talking about why the 401k is a scam or something else is a scam is because the amount of money out there that people have to save, especially middle class and working class people, is very finite. So if they're putting money into their 401k, that's money they don't have available to put into their permanent cash value life insurance policy. And since that would hurt their pocketbook, a lot of times I think they get sucked into kind of the rhythm of, or maybe even the thought process where they actually believe it themselves, that investing in things like a 401k, an IRA, other types of retirement savings vehicles or wealth building vehicles are not as, in their mind, advantageous as their cash value life insurance policy. Now, like I said 100 times at this point, life insurance can be very useful in the right situation, especially for high net worth and ultra high net worth people. But if that's not you, there are probably better places to put your money. And I say this as a fee-only financial planner who doesn't make a penny based off of whether you do or do not put money into cash value life insurance or an investment portfolio or your 401k. It doesn't make any difference to me. So in my mind, the advice that I'm able to give is more from a neutral perspective. You should do what's best for you, not what somebody else thinks you should do because they earn a commission or a fee.